In order to keep our personal freedoms and rights, we must unfortunately continually defend those rights and freedoms. Not standing up for our own puts them in jeopardy for all. We must let no one stand in the way of voicing our opinions or beliefs. If we believe that someone is doing wrong, then it is our obligation to demonstrate and explain why they are wrong or misinformed. However, I also believe it is not within our rights to violate other people by corrupting their views, oppressing their views, or forcibly persuading views upon them. Just as it is equally important that we not allow ourselves to be dictated to, we should not dictate to others. All must have the ability to choose, coupled with the responsibility and knowledge to form their views or make their own decisions. Their final choices must always ultimately remain theirs, just as our choices should be our own. Therefore, in the process of differing from others, we must be cautious not to stand in the way of others voicing their opinions or beliefs. We must defend the freedoms, rights, and the ability of others to voice their opinions, especially when they are contrary to our own. We must not limit the right of another to respectfully disagree with any view. The protection of freedoms for anyone, including ourselves, cannot be at the expense of the freedom of another who is respectfully expressing their opinion. In obtaining our goal of freedom for all, we cannot be blinded into sacrificing the freedoms of anybody. We cannot achieve the goals of freedom for all by sacrificing freedoms. We must take care not to infringe upon the freedoms and rights of others in the process of exercising ours, just as they should not infringe upon our own. If we force our opinions on someone else, then we have lost touch with the meaning of personal freedoms and rights. If we try to discount or silence the ideas of others because we think they are not promoting democracy, then we ourselves are not promoting democracy. Even if we do not agree with those opposing viewpoints, it is even more important that we protect those differing opinions of another. Of course, we have the right or even the obligation to respectfully dismantle or disprove their arguments if we disagree. In doing this, it is important that we police ourselves before others do it for us. When we deny a society its rights, we are unworthy of its support, and the society will eventually and justifiably deny us. As long as a person is not a threat to the safety or rights of others to exist, they should be left alone to voice their opinions. We must also examine ourselves and others, not only by our own personal definition of intrusion, but also theirs, as well as considering if the situation were truly and honestly reversed. If there's no appearance of intrusion by any party, then all parties should be left alone to voice their opinions. We must also not fall down the common slippery slope of believing a thing is fair if it happens to them, but not fair if it happens to us. Remember the fact that we can only make decisions and judgments for ourselves and no one else. All of us will not always fully agree, and we may not always correctly, fully, and completely understand each other. However, we at the very minimum need to respect one another. We need plain acceptance. Even if we do not agree, we all have the right to exist. When we fail to acknowledge others' right to exist, they may fail to acknowledge our right in return. To help me continue, please consider a like, subscription to this channel, download of my free ebook or articles, or visit my website or social media channels. Thank you.